All right. So, you learn to walk in one line. It looks more adorned, it looks weaker, okay? It looks more subdued. You walk like this, you're a threat. I am here. I am a presence. You see? Any questions about that? Okay. And finally, when you do walking meditation, it's important to pay attention to your physical movement first. And then after you do it right, you learn to blank your mind, don't think. It's very important. It will relax you because you're not thinking. Is that clear? Don't walk and plan your next move and worry. Okay, it's not necessary. You're walking, relax. When you sit down and work, worry. Okay, when you're walking, learn to relax. That's very important. You do walking meditation. Every single time you stand up from your desk, from your chair, and walk, relax. That's what you train yourself to do. That's walking meditation. Walking meditation, I'm teaching you the physical mechanics, but the most important thing is that reflects your state of mind. When you understand how to do it properly, then your mind becomes relaxed, and you empty your mind. You don't think. You drop your thoughts. Your thought arise, drop it. Your thought arise, drop it. Don't follow it. Is it clear? Okay, so please stand up now and do walking meditation. You do walk around here, or you can walk around the center, this thing as well. Okay, it's up to you. Okay. And walk naturally, don't walk too slow. People will notice you when you walk too slow. Just walk naturally, please. Now you're like babies, you can't even walk. Relax, walk naturally. Okay. One line. Pay attention to your feet. Walk one line. There you go, that's right. Just stretch your leg forward and land it, that's it. And relax. Empty your mind. You relax by emptying your mind. If the thought arises, drop it. You're afflicted, drop it. That's all. Keep on dropping it. As minimal physical effort as possible. Okay, that's relaxed. And it's just like driving on the freeway. If you walk with people, you follow the pace. Okay? Don't draw strength into yourself. And you don't like it, switch over and walk in the other line where you don't have to follow anyone. You see, you pay attention to the young girl in red. You see how much energy she has. That's how she walks. She has to spend her energy. She has excess energy. Let her spend it. But you don't have a lot of energy and you want to conserve it. I know, I would never walk like that myself. And your head straight, don't look down. Smaller, slightly smaller steps, Sarah. Just slightly smaller, less effort. There you go. See how relaxed it is? And after you get a hang of how big your steps, same thing. Take a slightly smaller step. All the girls in front of me, slightly smaller steps. There you go. You see, no effort. Minareya, smaller steps. There you go. Just slightly, don't fall. Your mother never taught you how to walk? I cannot believe it. Huh? You see how much, you didn't realize how much effort you put into it, into your walking. You see how much energy you spend in walking, which is totally a waste of energy. And see, as you walk, you feel how relaxed your legs are, how little effort you put into the actual walking itself. It relaxes your legs. Okay, keep on working on it. Okay, you can sit down now. Can we invite that our guest monk and see if he can like to speak Dharma to us? Xian, would you like to invite Master Tâm Đạc? Huh? Bring him a chair, bring him a microphone as well. Let me explain to you folks. If you really understand meditation, then you also know how to walk. Okay? Is that important? Don't take it lightly. During the day, walk properly. Okay? Any questions about this? We, this weekend, we have a guest monk, Venerable Tâm Đạc. He's a Vietnamese monk. He's in his 80s, and he has a long life. He have a lot of experience. Particular, he has a great memory. You know that when he was in 60s, 70s, he started learning the Shurangama Sutra, which is one of the major sutras in Buddhism, very important sutras in Buddhism. He memorized it. He has always, his entire life, he has excellent memory. And he is very erudite. He read a lot of books on meditation, a lot of books in Buddhism, in you name it. Okay, he reads them all. He used to be principal of high schools in Vietnam. He used to be in the armed forces. He used to strategize to kill the communists. And he said at one time he set up the battlefront so that he channels the attackers into one area, so that he has all the machine gun ready for them. So he killed quite a few of them. I mean, his people killed quite a few of them. So he said, now I realize that I created a lot of karma, therefore it's fitting that I became a monk and I repent of these offenses. So, not surprisingly, as he gets older, he's diabetic. You know, when you have killing karmas, heavy killing karmas, they come back at you very quickly. Usually in a future lifetime, but like heavy killing karmas, they come back and haunt you this very lifetime. Okay, so, but he's the reason he's even has been diabetic for a long, long time. But since he became a monk, his health improved. But it's getting worse again. Had to have a heart bypass, uses a pacemaker and stuff like that. So I personally, I'm learning from him things like worldly dharma, such as the I Ching, the all kinds of things, the feng shui and all kinds of things. He's spent his life, his entire life researching these things. Therefore, he's very knowledgeable about these things. You can't trust any of these, any teachers who profess to, who do a lot of research on these things. What I look for in these people is one characteristic. About 4 years ago, there is a very famous feng shui master, Vietnamese master here in Santa Ana. He was referred to me by a TV station owner. He says, this guy is so famous, he's so well respected that he does the feng shui for the big shots and the Vietnamese big shot here in Santa Ana. So he said, I asked him to come over here to take a look at your temple, which is supposedly an honor for us because we're small time. And he came and he made the appointment, and he never showed up. And he also made another mistake. Like, he didn't bother asking about me. Okay, the feng shui is not beyond the person. It's not beyond the person. If I go to do a feng shui, I don't know a lot about feng shui. If I go do a feng shui in a house, I want to look at the house owners first, because it affects the feng shui. The feng shui affects them. Okay, you read a lot of feng shui, it affects the feng shui into the owners, and vice versa. The owners can affect the feng shui of the house. Okay, to neutralize or enhance it. So he made a mistake. He never bothered making an appointment to come and make sure I'm there. I was there to meet with him. And then number two is he that day supposedly he got up on the wrong side of the bed or something, so he canceled the appointment. Okay, a bunch of people were waiting for him. I wasn't there, but he canceled the appointment. So he doesn't keep his word. So you see, if you understand feng shui, then you're different. You become a trustworthy, and you become smarter. So that showed to me that this man may be famous, he's good in some ways, but he hasn't quite penetrated in feng shui yet. Okay, he hasn't mastered the feng shui yet. So I canceled the appointment. I said, don't bother coming. Okay. But what this monk here, what I like about him, he's a good man. Okay, so so in order for you to understand, master these worldly dharmas, that's the requirement. You need to be a virtuous person. All these worldly dharmas are not beyond virtues. You need to maintain your virtues in order to really master all these special knowledge. The special knowledge arises from your virtues, from your virtuous conduct. The virtuous conduct is the foundation all practices, all knowledge. Yet all knowledge cannot transcend virtuous conduct, cannot transcend virtuous concepts. Okay? So what I like about this man is that he's a very good man. He's honest. He's has flaws, but he's very knowledgeable. So I'm hoping that someday today that he would spend a little bit of time talking to you, and hopefully I learn from him from listening to him, or listening to him answer your questions or address you. Okay? Until he comes, does anyone have any questions? It feels funny, doesn't it? The way you walk. I notice everyone walks funny today. The walking is such a fundamental part of your being, and yet you haven't quite mastered the way of walking yet. Okay, keep working on it, because remember, you should feel no physical strain whatsoever. That's the first thing. You should walk naturally without any effort. Zero effort. Okay? You walk like a breeze. Your body erect. Your head is straight. Don't look like this. Okay? This is lack of self-confidence. This is too much thinking. You walk relaxed. All right? And you walk like a spring breeze. Very gentle, very slow. Okay? 徐徐来, 徐徐吹. It blows very, very gently. Okay, and if you can do that, then it shows your mind is relaxed. Okay, and when you relax your mind more, you even spend less energy walking. Okay. But when you see children, when you see people you want to teach, you want them to draw attention to you, that's when you walk, you change your way of walking. You walk stronger, not in one line anymore. Now it's two lines. See that? So you need to learn to walk properly according to the conditions. But first you learn to walk without, at your weakest, the least effort way of walking. And then you have a full range of walking, depending on what you need to do, what you want to do. Is it clear? Right now, you only have one way of walking. So that you can go and get a cup of coffee, or go to the restroom, or go do something. You're always so tense. Okay? You're so inefficient, even in walking. You're wasting energy, even in walking. And you think you understand meditation? Not yet. Okay? Because it goes back to the theme. If you don't learn to manage the energy, okay, then you won't be as healthy, won't live as long. You have so much energy, that's it. Okay, and you use it up quickly, then you will not have much left for anything else important in your life to do. All right? So, for example, you improve a lot, but you still need to relax more. Okay? Both of you improve a lot, but you need, the two sisters here, they improve a lot, but you still need to relax because you walk still with too much effort. Okay? It shows. Every little thing you do, we pay attention. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything that we could do about mental fatigue? Say we've been concentrating on something for every 4 hours and mentally get tired. What can we do?
What do about what? I couldn't hear. Mm-hmm.
how can you overcome that wall?
You rest. You rest. The way to climb over or break through is by having more energy, dedicating more energy, and by you do that by not wasting your energy. Okay. Meditation, what the fundamental meditation you're learning right now is learn not to waste your energy. Okay? The whole process of meditation is to teach you not to waste energy at all levels. Okay? If you don't waste your energy, then when you need to accomplish something, then you have a lot more energy to direct at that effort. Then that's how you break through. So if you try to break through the wall, mời thầy ngồi. You're trying to break through the wall. Thầy ngồi đây này. Here's a Venerable Master right here. Venerable Master Thông Đạt ngồi xuống đây. And give him ngồi xuống đây. Give him a lapel. So if you at all levels of your skill level of meditation, you need to learn to pay attention to where you're wasting your energy. I just taught you this morning that you're wasting energy in walking because I notice it in everyone today. Everyone, including these novice monks. They don't walk properly, even though I taught them already. Okay, it takes a while before you understand how to walk properly, how to not waste your energy unnecessarily. And that's meditation. And meditation helps you discover where you're wasting energy and you stop the leakages. Then, when you need to do something, you have more energy to apply to it. That's how you break through. You see that? It's so fundamental. You don't have the energy, you cannot break through. You get more energy by not wasting it. That's number one. Number two is that then you need to learn to accrue more. That's through sitting in full lotus. And sitting longer will help you pack more energy. So there's two sides. Number one, the two aspects of meditation you need to be aware of. Number one is aware of your waste. Okay? Minimize your waste. Number two, learn to pack energy by sitting longer. And then you need to do something, you have a lot more at your disposal. All right? All right. So this is Venerable Tâm Đạt. We're very honored to have him here with us today. And I asked him to come here to speak to you. Would you like to speak in Vietnamese or English? Thầy muốn nói tiếng Việt hay nói tiếng Anh?
Nói tiếng Việt.
He's going to speak in Vietnamese, so it's more comfortable in Vietnamese. And I will translate into English for you. Okay? Now, our style is, I don't know how he does it, but if you have questions for him, raise your hand right away. Okay? Được không thầy? Hỏi được ha? Okay, he understands English, don't worry. But he's more fluent in Vietnamese. It's less effort for him to speak in Vietnamese. All right? Just like it's less effort for me to speak in English.
Xin lỗi quý vị, tôi xin đánh lễ cho Phật trước.
He's going to bow to the Buddhas. Yeah, okay. One thing you ought to know is we teach meditation to help you acquire skills to improve your life. We're not trying to convert you. Okay, that's why we do away with all the ceremonies, all the things, but you're free to do whatever you wish. All right, and so if he does his own things, but it's up to you. Trust me, no one is trying to convert you. We're not interested in converting you. I'm not interested in converting you at all. Be yourself. Be who you are. Be happy. That's the main thing.
Kính bạch thường sư thiền sư trụ trì này, và kính thưa tất cả quý vị Phật tử ở trong đạo tràng này.
Greetings to all of you.
Thích Tâm Đà. Và tôi có những ý kiến đối với quý vị để cho quý vị sáng tỏ cái chân tâm.
Okay. Thì nói ngắn, nói nhiều quá con quên. Ngồi xuống. Thì em cần đứng dậy. So he says, I asked him to start more frequently so that I can translate for you because my memory is very bad. I don't want to waste effort in memorizing things. So he says, greetings to all of you, and he'd like to spend some time to talk to you and help you understand and see your true mind.
Xin lỗi, kính chào quý vị. Tôi xin trình bày tất cả cái chân tâm của tôi mà biết rõ thiền sư Vĩnh Hóa này từ lúc ở Vạn Phật Thành. Thầy Vĩnh Hóa có một cái tài năng mà ít có ai biết được lắm, vì thường thiền sư bây giờ nhiều quá mà khắp nơi hết.
He knows me from the City of 10,000 Buddhas. This is about 20 years ago. And this is, believe me, this is not prearranged. He says he knows about some skills I have that few people are aware of. I'm not aware of it myself.
Bởi vì tôi cũng đi rất nhiều và gặp nhiều vị cao tăng mà hiểu rõ cái tài năng của thiền sư Vĩnh Hóa cỡ nào.
He met with a lot of meditation teachers, monks, high sanghas, chant masters, meditation masters, both Hinayana and Mahayana. He traveled a lot, he researched a lot. It's interesting.
Thành ra theo tôi gặp quý vị tôi rất là hoan hỷ, vậy quý vị tìm được cái chân sư. Và có lẽ là trong một thời gian ngắn quý chị rời bỏ những cái tạp niệm mà đạt được thanh tịnh bản tâm của mình.
So he's glad that you're here to learn meditation, and because it's going to help you purify your mind and become happier.
Bởi vì ở trên cái đường tu có rất nhiều vị đạt được cái wisdom, nhưng mà wisdom nó chia làm hai phần, một phần là true wisdom và một phần cái là không có rõ ràng. Cái wisdom có thí dụ như gặp cái tạp niệm tham sân si là wisdom nó biến thành cái tai họa của quý vị đó.
So excuse me. What he's talking about is thầy ý nghĩa là cái thông minh, chứ không phải cái thông minh với là cái trí huệ, phải không?
Yeah, phải rồi.
He's talking about, I asked him for confirmation because I think I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the world. The people he distinguished people by two kinds: the people who are wise, which means they have wisdom, and people who are smart, meaning they have intelligence. Okay, he says wisdom is different from intelligence because usually from the Buddhist or Chan perspective, meditation perspective, you may be smart, but the smart will bring about your downfall.
Thành ra cái quý vị tìm được cái chân sư thì con đường đi tu đạt được trí huệ bát nhã rút ngắn lại rồi.
So he says that this is a fundamental, it's an editorial comment, if you don't mind, to help you clarify it, because he used a lot of Buddhist terms and I don't. So that's why I try to use simple words for you to understand, and I try to bridge it for you when he uses the Buddhist terms. So I'm just elaborating more on the terms he's talking about. I'm not adding any more. Okay, don't worry. So he says that it's important to, when you learn something, to find a good teacher because it helps you save a lot of time. In particular, if in meditation you find a competent teacher is going to help you see your true mind a lot quicker.
Thành ra thì ví dụ như quý vị đây, tất cả những cái lời giảng của thiền sư Diễn Hóa, quý vị phải để trong tâm và practice correctly every day, để mà đạt to attain enlightenment, liberation also.
So you have to pay attention to the instructions, because that's exactly what the instructions are designed to do. It's going to help you, what he just said.
Bây giờ thí dụ như tôi ngồi đây, quý vị có ý kiến gì hỏi không? Có câu nào hỏi không?
So for example, do you have any questions for him? Does anyone have any questions for the Venerable Master? Tràng, có question gì? Sure, Tràng has a question. Chưa.
Nếu không có thì quý vị tiếp tục bước theo con đường này, mà đi một cái đường ngay thẳng đạt tới cái chỗ mục đích tối hậu của quý vị, để rồi có khi là rời khỏi cuộc đời này quý vị đạt được cái thành công lớn hơn và tiếp tục con đường đó. Mà bị gì theo tôi, thôi để tôi nói khúc để rồi
thầy cứ nói này, cứ nói tiếp.
Thành ra sau này đó, theo mà tôi tính đó, tất cả cái đạo tràng mà của thầy Diễn Hóa có thể mở rộng ra và giúp được rất nhiều người thấy được chân tâm của mình.
He says that you should work hard, and it takes time, but eventually you'll be able to get to the biggest prize of meditation is to see your nature, see your true mind. Okay. He also says that he also foresees in the future where yours truly will open more meditation places to teach more people. I hope it's not true. I'm perfectly happy being obscure here where no one notices me.
Bởi vì cái tạp niệm của trong tâm của tất cả thiền sinh luôn luôn nó làm cho thiền sinh bị dao động bởi ngoại cảnh, bởi tạp niệm, bởi tham sân si mạng nghi ác kiến, rồi thiên kiến biên kiến tà kiến, kiến giới cấm thủ. Thành ra nếu mà về đạo tràng của Lưu Sơn Tự này thì cái đó lần lần nó rời khỏi tâm quý vị, nó bay bổng 4 phương trời rồi.
So typically people are affected by their environment because their environment gives them rise to greed, hatred, stupidity, arrogance, doubt, and all kinds of afflictions. And when you come to a place like the Lưu Mountain Temple, those tend to lessen, and it's a better environment for you to meditate. I think you have a question, ma'am.
Yeah, actually, I think that you might know this, or it sounds like you have experience. What do you do when your job or profession, you will necessarily have to hurt somebody?
At work?
Yeah. Somebody will suffer in your line of work.
Okay. Cái câu hỏi bây giờ là ở công ăn việc làm thầy nghe thầy hiểu mà phải không? Nói he understands. I'm translating in Vietnamese because I will be broadcasting to the kitchen. Yeah. Okay, very good. What if at work you have nếu như mà ở đằng sở là công ăn việc làm mình phải cần tới làm việc, nhưng điều mình phải có cái hành động mà có thể làm hại cho người khác, làm sao bây giờ?
Thiệt tình bây giờ đó, tất cả mà cái câu hỏi của quý vị đó thì có những cái nếu mà cái chân tâm không có hiện ra thì thường con ta con người ta chạy theo cái trần cảnh, mà trần cảnh nó có những cái hấp lực kinh hồn lắm, nó kéo mình đi ra khỏi cái con đường tu tập đó.
Thế làm sao? Bây giờ làm sao? Cái vấn đề cô hỏi. Bây giờ cô phải có cái sự cạnh tranh đằng việc làm. Mà nếu như mà cô biết cô phải hại người ra thì phải làm sao bây giờ?
Bây giờ thường muốn chỉ rõ cho cô làm cái chuyện gì là cô làm ơn cô ghi cái giấy cô ngày sinh tháng đẻ của cô đi, để rồi tôi có thể thì nhìn cái đó mà tôi tính ra được. Đâu cô xích ra đây coi thử coi. Thế ở đi xa quá con mắt không thấy được.
So like what he's asking for more details. For example, he's asking for more personal information. I'm not sure you're willing to reveal and record it, because then your identity gets stolen. I don't want to be responsible for it. But some details, for example, if you want to answer your question, you have to give more details, because if you give a general question like that, you only get a general answer. Okay? The answer is as good as specific as your question.
Excuse me, please let me know your date of birth. What time and what the day, what the month, the year.
My birthday, September 1990.
Ông Triều
September
lấy cái giấy,
19.
ghi bên giấy giùm tôi viết.
Hả? Không sao hết, làm được. Ông thể ông nhìn, ông nghe bất cứ gì ông cũng biết. It doesn't matter. You give it the Western calendar or Eastern calendar, he converts it just like that. I have to look it up with my calculator on Google, but he does it. But what is the nature of your job that you have to hurt someone?
Well, I was actually talking with
Tháng 9, ngày 19, 1989.
last week. We were discussing it, but I am in law school right now, and I should be working in a few years, and the field is just so full of adversity.
Yes.
Or at each other's throats, and it just brings out the worst characteristics in people. And maybe that's also my fault for assuming that that's the case.
Yes.
But I mean, when you represent somebody, you know, your aim is to make your client win, and you want the other client to lose. So if you win, somebody will lose, you know? And that person could be a very deserving person. You're trying to help your client, you know, avoid pain, but that's your job, that's your duty.
Right. So, do your duty. What's your problem? Do your duty. That's what they pay you to do. There's something called professional ethics.
Yeah.
How can you accept money from your client if you're not going to perform and deliver for him or her?
Because you know the ultimate result of that action is pain for another person.
That's what you choose to do. What are you going to do? You enter a contractual agreement with your client to deliver, and you have to do that. That's your job. It's called professional ethics. How can society function if we don't pull our weight, each one of us?
I understand that, but there is an internal dissonance. I understand perfectly well my professional duty to my client.
Yes.
But beyond that, there is a conflict internally. Not only that.
I tell you a funny story. I tell you an anecdote. Okay? There is a judge who rendered a verdict. He chopped off someone's legs. Okay? He's a judge. So he says, cut his legs. And back then in China, they have this wooden thing that says, cut his legs. And the man goes, bang! The man lost his legs. Okay? And later on, the country was at war, was invaded. So he had to run for his life because the invading armies is going after all the officials. Sounds familiar? Thấy nghe quen thuộc không? When you're official and you're losing sight of the army, they come after you. Okay? They chase after you. So he's running for his life. He ran to the city gates and he saw the gatekeeper. Guess who it is? The man who has no legs. He says, "Let me through. I need to run out of here. Get out of here." So what did the gatekeeper say? He says, "Over there, the wall is lower. You can climb over it." And the judge says, "Superior men don't climb over the walls." So the gatekeeper says, "Then over there's a dark hole. You can climb through the dark hole." The judge says, "No, I don't climb through dark holes." And so the man says, "Then over there's a house." So the judge went over the house, hid in the house. And that's how he escaped the pursuing soldiers. So after the soldiers left, he went out and looked at the man and says, "I cut your legs. Why didn't you take revenge on me?" The man says, "You know, I remember you. I will never forget your face. I recognize you. But I remember when you rendered judgment on me, you showed your leniency. You tried to lighten the verdict as much as possible. I recognize that. And furthermore, when you threw that thing to cut my legs off, I looked at your face. I saw how sad you weren't enjoying what you were doing. And I realized you're a superior man because you were doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that's why, and my crime merited such punishment under the law. Therefore, I don't blame you. And now I have a chance to help you. I was glad to be able to help you." Does it help? Do your job to the best of your abilities. That's what you're supposed to be doing. If you don't like it, change profession. But as long as you're doing it, do your jobs. Does it help? The job sometimes means you have to hurt someone. Okay? And you have to live with that in your conscience. The judge has to live with that every single day. He cuts a lot of people's legs off and head off. Why? Because he has to. Life is a constant compromise, okay, between your duties and your conscience. You choose this kind of profession, then do your jobs. You don't like it, change profession. Go into teaching, do something else. But as long as you're there, try your best. Okay? This is not to say there is no price to pay. There's still a price to pay. If you cut people's legs off, you're creating offenses. They get back at you eventually. He's lucky, this judge is lucky he found a decent man, a decent criminal. Most criminals would have killed him, would have denounced him. Okay? That's life. There's a price to pay.
So either way, even if I don't have bad intent, I will incur negative karma?
You have to bear the consequences of your karma, regardless. Whether it's good or whether you have good or bad intention, you still have to bear the consequences. In Buddhism, it's called the immutable law of cause and effect. Okay? You hurt someone, in the future, you will be hurt, period. Unless you erase it by repentance. Does it help?
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't answer your question, but that's life.
Yeah,
Some problems cannot be solved. You just have to understand it.
Actually, but I can always ask later.
What?
I said it actually created more questions.
Ask.
I can ask later.
Go ahead and ask. What more question do you have? I thought I answered everything already.
Well, the law of immutable or karma, cause and effect. So you're saying it doesn't matter if you have good or bad intent. If you hurt somebody, that's your karma. But what if the other person suffers unreasonably? Like you're going along life, you just say hi, but for some reason the other person is like, oh my God, he waved at me. Like it's unreasonable that he should be offended or hurt by another person waving, but he is.
Mm-hmm.
Why should that be your karma to take,
Why do you have to complain about it? You learn Chan, then even if people get upset at you for the wrong reasons, it shouldn't bother you. That's why we practice Chan.
But that's your karma though, because if you hurt somebody.
But what you're weighing is not intentional, so you shouldn't be a karma.
Well, that's the thing. That goes against the immutable law of karma, like you said, right?
Yeah? But it's a lot more than you realize. You're only considering some of the elements of the whole picture. You don't have the whole picture yet. The karma goes from lifetime to lifetime. You are what you're seeing now. It may be the results of prior lifetimes' karma. You see that? So that's why it doesn't matter you understand it or not. What more important is you learn Chan in order not to let it affect you. That's why we practice Chan. It makes no sense for you to try to understand everything. Okay? The things where part of your karmic retribution is such that you're not supposed to understand it, so that you're even more afflicted. That's your retribution. Okay? There's nothing you can do about that. You're supposed to suffer. So the best way to deal with it are number one, repent, erase it, try to erase it. There's ways to erase it. Number two, if you can't erase it or it's not erased yet, you learn to meditate in order for that not to affect you. Listen, you're going to be married to your wife for quite a few years, okay? She's going to be there, all right? So instead of complaining about it, you learn not to let her afflict you and learn to be happy with her, right? That's why you practice meditation. You get married because there's some prior karmic retributions. There's some debt you need to settle. In particular, I'm sorry, I may sound sexist, but women usually owe more to the men. Because the culture is such that women are supposed to serve men in that relationship, right? I know still here a lot of Caucasian people look at their wives as, you serve me, okay? I know they're not willing to admit it, but that's the way it is. In the mind, it says, I am the king, you serve me. Okay? They will never admit that to you. Okay? But that's the way it is. So this is called karmic retribution. It's a debt settlement here that's happening. You could say it's unfair. You can say, how can you be such a male chauvinist pig? I say, you're right. All those things are right. Equally right is the fact there's a debt that needs to be paid off. No matter how you call it, no matter how you explain it, right? Does it matter whether you understand what's happening, what's real, how much you need to pay off, and what's the real thing, or or why is it so unfair? It's much more important for you to learn not to let it afflict you, because sometimes understanding is not going to help you. Okay? It's much more important to learn not to let the behavior, others' behavior, afflict you. That's the only control you have over your life. All right? Does it help? That's why meditation is so important, because you realize that you are afflicted by others, and you learn to minimize the effect of others on you. That's why we meditate. That's real. It's practical. Okay, and then like Venerable Tamrak says here, eventually, and that's the bottom line, that's foundation. All those are foundation, fundamental skills you need to develop. If you have those, then eventually you progress higher and higher, and you see your true nature. And then at that time, you are so happy, you're so unafflicted by anything that happens. Okay? And that's true liberation. That's why you meditate. So it's the gradations of how far you can go with it, depending on your skill level. The higher you are, trust me, remember my word, the higher you are, the more skilled you are, the happier you become. Happiness has gradations too. It's real. You have to be more skilled, to learn, to be happier with what you have. You see that? Happiness is learning to be content with what you have. More and more content with what you have. That's the pursuit of happiness. It's just a summary of the pursuit of happiness in this country. People in this country don't understand how to pursue happiness. Let me give you the formula. Learn to be more content, more and more content with what you have. That's the secret of the pursuit of happiness. Because if your mind, you keep on complaining, it's no one's fault but yours. You're the one who decided to get afflicted. It's not my fault. I bark because I'm a dog. You choose to be afflicted by my barking. Okay? I'm a dog. You have to kill me before I stop barking. Right? And you are so smart. You say, I have the right to be afflicted at this dog. Whose fault is it? Yours. Okay? All right. I think it's about lunchtime, so you have any other question for Venerable Tamdak, you can ask. This is your last shot. Okay? Any other question? Yes, Mindareya.
True mind is a sign of alignment.
Sorry?
True mind is a sign of alignment.
Chân tâm có phải là giác ngộ là không? Thầy.
Đúng ra cái chân tâm thì nó chưa tới cái chỗ giác ngộ, mà nó sẽ là một cái đèn ánh sáng giúp cô bước tới giác ngộ. Chứ nếu không có chân tâm thì đạt được giác ngộ rất khó. Còn xin lỗi tôi trả lời cái câu cô kia một chút, là cô cái inner energy dễ bà la. Thành ra cái cô làm việc gì mà người ta không theo kịp đâu, mà cô muốn người ta theo kịp thì cô sẽ bực mình lắm. Chậm mà đi, mà hướng dẫn người ta cô rất giỏi, mà đều cô muốn người ta theo cô không được đâu.
She says, I have a personal advice to you. He watches you now and looks at your personal data now, your date of birth. It tells you, it has that you are very fast, very smart, and you have a lot of energy, and therefore you need to slow down. You need to be more patient with others, because they cannot follow you, they cannot keep up with you. Pay attention to that. Okay? It makes you a better lawyer, I think. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Venerable Tâm Đạt says that the true mind is not quite enlightenment yet, but it helps sheds a light on enlightenment. It depends. My perspective is that it depends on which tradition you follow. In Buddhism, is something called Hinayana and Mahayana. Hinayana, what they think to be true mind is actually not the true mind. Okay, in Mahayana, true mind is your Buddha nature. When you in Mahayana, when you say true, the Hinayana, by the way, they don't use the word true. They don't use the word true very often, because it's consistent with the Hinayana teaching. The Buddha, when he taught Hinayana Buddhism, he didn't use the word true when he explained to them. He explained about selflessness, but not truth. You notice that, Hinayana, the Buddha, when you look at the Pali words, the Pali Sutras translated into English, okay, they don't use the word true mind. Only in Mahayana, in China is where you use the word true mind, okay. Then in Mahayana, the true mind refers to the Buddha nature. When you hear the word true, that is a clue in Mahayana that refers to the Buddha nature, right there. Okay, this is not explained in most of the books you read. Only in Chan teachings, that's when you see the word being used. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Yes. All right. In that case, then we invite you to go to lunch. Let's go enjoy the lunch. There's some people cooking lunch for us. So let's go enjoy lunch. Okay? You're all invited to join us. All right. Thôi mình ngừng lại đây thầy.
Yeah.
Đi dùng trưa nha.